Hello everybody and welcome back to Scarlet Hollow. If you are enjoying this series, please leave a like, comment what you want to see more of on the channel, and subscribe if you're coming back on the regular, or if you're new. It'll show me a lot of support, and especially if you're liking the video and you want to see more, you could always see more on my channel. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. What was it like being puppeted? They all glance away. It hurt. Why didn't I make Rosalina stay behind? I can't believe I let that happen to her. Dad, this might be the overwhelming pain and exhaustion talking, but shut up. I love you. None of this is your fault, okay? I had no idea what I was going to say until the words were already spilling out. But I remember each and every one of them. It's like they were burned into my memory. You poor souls, I can't begin to imagine what you've all been through. Do any of you know who you were supposed to be? No idea. There was no context, nothing. But there was a weird feeling, like an overwhelming guilt. I was mostly just scared. I didn't feel any of those things. I don't know how to describe it. I felt powerful. I guess I should probably head back. We should probably get going too. I'm starting to get chilly out. It's starting to get chilly out, and I don't want to keep Zane's parents up too late. I'll be over later tonight with some bedding and hot tea, and I'll have Miles bring you groceries in the morning. Don't be a stranger and let us know if you need anything, okay? I believe it's time for me to get my daughter home as well. But, Kanika, dear, you haven't been feeling well. You need to get some rest. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow, Delta. If I manage to get to bed, then yeah. You and me both. Kanika wearily treks back to the general store. I'll walk you home after I finish getting Kanika her tea, and we can chat about what just happened. I'll just be a moment. You're too tired to say no. Sybil leaves. You make yourself comfortable for a few minutes while you wait. After everything that's happened tonight, the normalcy of sitting on a quiet and empty road feels like a priceless treasure. I hope you don't mind, but I took the liberty to call your cousin and tell her about what happened tonight. She wasn't exactly thrilled to hear from me, but I think I blunted her anger as much as I could. Shall we head out for our walk? Time to go home. Go back to the estate. You once again find yourself on a long trek back up to the estate. The night feels cold, the crunch of leaves beneath your feet deafening in the quiet, wild wilderness. Let's stop here for a bit. These old bones need a moment to rest. Alright. Edwardine killed Charles Jr., but it feels like I'm the one scratching in the surface of things. What has my family done? Is that what the spirit showed you? Your family built one of the most powerful coal empires in Appalachia. Those sorts of things don't come without betrayal and bloodshed. These are all assumptions, of course. I'm just an old woman who enjoys her tea, and the Scarlet Empire is far older than these rattling bones. If you want the bloody details, I'm afraid you'll have to find them yourself. So, what is Wayne? It's like I said, he's just a man. We both know there's more to him than that. Her briefly fades from her face.
It's not exactly polite to share people's medical history. I may not have taken a Hippocratic oath, but I still respect the privacy of others. That doesn't mean you should trust him, though. Be careful with that one.
There's ditchlings everywhere.
There are, and I'm afraid that they still would be the numerous, even if you had managed to exorcise the demon you encountered tonight. Its presence was merely a symptom of the rot in this place, rather than its cause. People are unfortunately just going to have to get used to the sight of these things in the coming days. That's enough rest for me. Let's carry on a bit.
You and Sybil walk deeper into the woods. You're getting closer to the estate.
One last rest and we'll get you home.
There's a stone carving of a goat's head and a pack of wolves in that basement. There's something similar in the mines last night, too. A circle of arms and chain. Both of them gave me visions.
Was there now? That's quite an interesting development. Perhaps we can discuss these visions over tea. My grandmother had a special blend that supposedly helped with dreams and visions. I'll be sure to have some ready by tomorrow. Maybe it'll help us piece things together.
I understand those visions perfectly well. I don't need any special tea to help me decipher them. As long as your grandmother's special blend tastes better than the chaga you gave me yesterday. You just believed me?
Of course I did. These are strange times, Delta. None of us have the luxury to waste energy on doubt.
Are you a witch? She laughed, surprised by your question.
I suppose some people might call me one, but I'm just an old woman who fancies herself a bit of a healer.
Well, you call yourself isn't important. You're more powerful than you let on.
Well, I do drink plenty of tea. I'm so sorry, Doctor. I completely forgot to send you home tonight.
Wayne didn't want me to make a deal with that ghost.
Of course he didn't. Some people will never understand the kind of sacrifice that was laid upon the table tonight. If you'd gone through with the deal, it would have been an affront to everything he is.
Why can't I just go home? Like, to my real home?
I'm afraid this is your real home. It called to you, didn't it? Otherwise, you never would have gotten on that bus. Nobody really leaves the hollow, at least not forever. Call it a quirk of the town.
You're kidding, right? Oh my god, you're right, aren't you?
Oh my, you look absolutely horrified. I was just pulling your leg, dear. People leave town all the time. We just haven't been blessed with the most frequent public transportation. Thank you for patiently waiting with an old woman, Delta. I feel spry as a young spring chicken.
Or as a spring chicken. You and Sybil trek through the remaining of the woods and find yourselves on the outskirts of the estate.
I'm looking forward to continuing our chat tomorrow once you've had some time to rest. Good luck with handling Tabitha. I tried to soften her up over the phone, but there's only so much softening you can do with someone that prickly. Bless her heart. Get a good night's rest, Delta.
You've earned it. Sybil heads back down the road, leaving you alone to face Tabitha. You know, it's weird. There are no ditchlings around the estate. Is that just weird to me? Isn't it also weird that this half of the building is sloped? I mean, it's not super weird because I don't know what episode it was, but in episode, I think 2 of what day are we on? Yeah. And on Tuesday, episode 2 of the campaign of the story, there was knocking in the basement in that little cutscene, which might be why it's leaning like this, or it was always leaning like that, and I'm just now noticing it, which is definitely plausible. Goat. Why goat? Am I gonna start nitpicking every detail? Oh god. You open the door to the estate, and as quietly as you can, only to find your cousin anxiously pacing in the foyer. She's been waiting for you. So you finally come back. After last night, I thought we were done with all the running around in secrecy. I guess I was too optimistic. Do you know how stuff like this impacts me? Do you even care? Look, Tabitha, I need to talk to you about some stuff. Now's really not the time. Oscar's house was haunted by the ghost of Charles Shaw Jr., who was murdered by Edwardine Scarlet. It wanted years of my life in exchange for leaving, but I wasn't about to give it what it wanted. Was there a gas leak in the library or something? Do you realize how ridiculously sound? Where are Oscar and Rosalina supposed to live, Tabitha? That ghost is our family's fault. There were like 6 other people there, and they all got possessed. They can corroborate everything I'm telling you. Didn't Sybil tell you what happened? Why don't you believe me? Do you think Edwardine really could have killed someone? Wow, you name-dropped our great-grandmother and the son of the most famous criminal in this town's history. I'm so convinced this actually happened. There was another one of those stones in Oscar's house. It gave me another vision. Like last night? That was gas. I'm sure whatever you thought you saw tonight was similar. Maybe you had another seizure. All the more reason you shouldn't run off and not tell me where you are. What if they're what's making all this supernatural stuff happen? They've been telling me a lot about our family. I think we've done some terrible stuff, Tabitha. And all of it is probably in your imagination because they're hallucinations stemming from either gas or I don't know now. I don't know. Your own guilt and exhaustion. City folk love to flagulate. Leave it at that. Are we done then? Great. I'm going to bed. Your cousin walks off, leaving you alone. You don't even notice yourself entering the guest room and falling into bed. Suddenly, you're just there, buried under your family's musty covers. Before your thoughts can drift away to nightmarish recollections of hours past, your phone buzzes on the nightstand. Hey, sorry I ran off earlier. I wound up in a really bad headspace. I care about you so much. Just need some time to get a handle on things. Sorry. I thought proving ghosts were real would be exciting for you. I'm here if you need me. You put your phone back on the nightstand. It's Wednesday night. Nearly half a week has passed since you first arrived in town. and a little over half a week remains until the bus comes to take you home. The spirit of Charles Shaw Jr. now commands the entirety of City Hall, a swirling void of wrath and despair that the people of this town will have to learn to ignore. Disaster looms its tallest yet over Scarlet Hollow. Oh, I love this. I love seeing this again. Alright. Okay. Glitching in the Matrix. Episode 4 awaits. If you'd like to save before continuing, please do so now. Yeah, you got it. Follow us on Blue Sky. I don't know what Blue Sky is. I'll do that some other time. Would you like to see a recap before starting episode 4? No, I'm good. You open your eyes. It's a new day. Last night seems so far away. You can almost pretend the horrors you witnessed in the annex were nothing but a nightmare, chased away by the harsh morning light. But you know that the furious spirit of Charles Shaw Jr. yet lingers, locked behind the doors of the town hall, still tied to the earth by its hatred of you and your bloodline. An involuntary shudder runs down your spine, but your thoughts are interrupted by the buzz of your phone on the nightstand. Hope you made it home okay. Haven't heard from Stella since last night. How about you? You check your messages. There's nothing from Stella. Text Stella. Morning, the hot stuff. Don't send her a picture of a nervous puppet. She just got possessed and treated as a puppet. Why would I do that? Hey, I'm kind of worried after you ran off last night. Text me as soon as you get the chance. How is my favorite cryptid hunter? Wait for a few silent minutes. Your message sits undelivered. She messaged me last night. I'm worried about her. I'm glad you've heard from her, at least, but I'm worried too. Let's meet up in town. We should go looking for her. Looks like you have your morning plans in order. Check the closet. It moved. You make your way to the closet. There's no denying it. The doll moved at some point since your most recent visit. But your long-dead relative's creepy doll isn't the only thing that's different. Someone was in here. Something to mull over for the rest of the day. Visit Dustin. You open the drawers. They both have a bread now. Human is back. Maybe changed mind about eating us. Could be the end of Dustin and Dustin Mom. I would never eat you. I love you. I don't know about love. Dustin Mom know better than to trust. When push come to shove, survival more important than friendship. Dustin Mom spend too much time outside. It's different inside. There even enough bread for everyone here. No need to eat friend. Dustin still have childhood innocence. Hope Dustin get to keep that innocence forever. I guess your glass house still has that squatter? Tried to reclaim glass house last night, but asshole squatter too big and strong. Dustin Mom stood no chance. Might have to live in Dustin house forever. Human big and strong too, probably more big and strong than asshole squatter. You fight,
Give Dustin Mom glass house back.
Fight someone. Or fight something. I'll see what I can do. No way. I'm not brave enough to get into a fight with some creepy squatter. I don't care how rustically charming you are. Fight something or something? I'll see what I can do. Squatter have sharp things on head. Human, be careful, but Dustin Mom would be eternally grateful to human. Sharp things on head. What? Sharp things on head? Dustin too. I should get going. Okay. That's that. I'm gonna take a shower. You might as well take a shower before starting the rest of your day. You step into the guest bathroom and into the shower. It feels good to wash away the grime from last night's haunting, but eventually you'll have to leave this place and confront the rest of the day. In the meantime, every minute feels like another thread holding this town together starts to unravel. Thoughts of doom consume you. Think about the door in the clinic. You're still drawn to it, even now. You'll be going there today, you're sure of it. You're done here. That was a quick shower. You're done here. You turn off the faucet and dry yourself off. Head downstairs. It's time to face your cousin. She's not here. But it looks like she left a note on the counter. Had to run. The librarian needed a new house, so I'm giving him the keys to the Maxwell place. And the miners decided to stage a strike today of all days, so I won't be around. I know there's no point asking you not to do anything reckless, but I'm asking anyway. Be back late. Call if you get into trouble. Tabitha. Time to figure out the rest of your day. Talk to Frofro. You walk over to the cat. Oh. Oh. Oh, man. I'm not even gonna try. Thanks for not attacking the possums who live in my... I'm not telling her where they are. I missed you last night, Frofro. That makes one of us. Nod respectfully to Frofro. She scoffs, her tail twitching with annoyance, but you can sense she's less annoyed than she usually is. Maybe she's getting used to. Thanks for... Nope. Bye, Frofro. Good talk. She scoffs and turns her way. Fuel up with a quick PB&J. If Stella's MIA, who knows when you'll get a chance to eat. You make yourself a PB&J in anticipation for the long day ahead of you. And that's that. Investigate the garden. Whatever kicked out Dustin's mom is in the garden right now. You better look into it before you head into town. The air is chilly today. The overcast sky hanging oppressively over the weed-choked flower beds. Investigate the greenhouse. You start carefully picking your way through the underbrush. Why is there so much dark? It doesn't take much effort to find a path. Cuttings of prickling raspberry bushes and tangled vines litter the ground around the greenhouse. The glass house, one could say. You step toward the door. A goat? Was that a goat? It's sealed shut back by a lock, and you catch a brief glimpse of a horned shadow through the ancient clouded glass. Try to talk whatsoever. It's sealed shut. Oh. What's your name, little guy? Goat. Okay.
Where'd you come from? Farm. Used to live with other guys like me. Kinda miss 'em. But not that much. Don't gotta share anymore. What are you doing in the greenhouse? Human put me here. Can't complain. Pretty sweet digs, honestly. Stays nice and warm, and there's plenty to eat too. Or did that human have a brown coat and big boots? Coat like what? Fur? Nah. Not brown fur, yellow fur. Just on top. Just on the top. Like all you humans. Don't know what boots are. Can't help you there. Yellow fur? Just on the top. Tabitha? She's the only blonde. Hey, there's... whoever you are, there's a possum that would like you to leave. She was here first. This is her house. Don't want to leave. I live here now. She can deal. Guess I'll leave you to it then. See you. Or not. It's a wild world out there. You investigated the garden. With Stella missing, it's best not to keep Kanika waiting for much longer. Head to town. You head to the front door and begin your trek to the town below. Oh, the sun shines down through a thin layer of clouds, illuminating the path in a watery gray light. You can't help but feel your countless eyes watching you from the tree line. A feeling that reminds you of your time in the woods with Stella. Ditchlings shouldn't be out in the middle of the day, though. They're getting bolder. As you continue to trek to town, you pause to stare at the mountain range beyond the holler, contemplating a world that's blissfully unaware of the danger threatening the citizens of this tiny town. The world outside feels less real with each passing day as the strange reality of what's happening in the Scarlet Hollow gently uproots what you'd always taken to be with the truths of our world. Your everyday worries seem distant, overshadowed by a fear and dread that hasn't stopped building up since the moment you stepped foot off that bus. Kinda like Kanika's outfit. It doesn't take long until your journey from the estate is over, and once again you find yourself on Main Street of the Scarlet Hollow. Delta, you made it down the hill in one piece, thank God. I didn't realize there were so many of those ditching things around, or I would have driven up to get you. Can't believe they're outside during the day. It feels wrong. How are you doing? I'm mostly just worried about Stella right now. I'll feel better when we find her. Me too. I know the two of you have been getting pretty close. We'll find her, Delta. You could always just chill on. How are you mentally? That's a great question. My concept of how the world works is as being shattered a little more each day, so that's cool. Every day I feel more and more like I need to get out of this town before it swallows me whole. But I also keep feeling like there are too many reasons to stay. Like right now, I can't leave until I know Stella's okay. With her folks gone, the only people she has are her friends. And as her bestie, I can't just let her go running off into the woods to get eaten by a Bigfoot. My mom is just so chill right now, it's driving me nuts. She just keeps giving me tea and ignoring anything I tell her about the weird stuff that's been going on around town. I figured if anyone would be interested in magic stuff, it'd be her. But she ends the conversation every time I start talking about it. Sorry, I'm ranting. But thanks for asking. That was really thoughtful of you, and it helped to talk about it. It helped to talk about. If you ever need someone to rant to, I'd be happy to return the favor. I know others like gifts when I meet them, and Sybil is probably the most gifted person I've met. Are you saying she's a witch or something? No way, she's just a funky old lady who's into crystals and herbs and stuff. She doesn't actually no magic. I mean, if she were some kind of witch, that would mean everything I thought I knew was wrong, and my whole life has been a lie. I can't think about this right now. I need to be focused. This thought will just have to get in line with all the other pending existential crises. So ghosts, huh? Yeah, ghosts. I don't know about you, but I'm certainly staving off a massive existential crisis about this state of matter and what being alive means. Any idea why Stella was so upset? Being possessed seemed awful, but she's the only one who ran off. Could be a lot of things. She could have hit her breaking point stress-wise. She could have been horrified by meeting a ghost for the first time. She could have been struggling with what the ghost did. But at the end of the day, I have no idea. We'll just have to find her and see if she wants to stop running from it and finally just talk things out. I'm still skeptical. There's gotta be a better explanation for what happened last night than ghosts are real. I wonder if this means there's a heaven and hell. If there's an afterlife, we should probably figure out who was right about it, shouldn't we? Most cultures on Earth have some kind of ghost in their myths. So it could mean anything. Heaven, hell, Hades, Valhalla, anything. A theory I've heard from people who believe in that sort of thing is that every now and then some particularly bad energies build up in somebody that lingers after their death. So it could be that nobody is right and ghosts are basically like the echo of someone screaming as they fall down the Grand Canyon. Not really a person, just whatever's left of one slowly fading away. In which case, that means our puppeteer might just vanish on his own when he runs out of energy. Who knows how long that would take, though. Or maybe one of the religions with an afterlife is right. Though who knows how you possibly narrowed it down. And if you ask me, that just doesn't seem like something the person should know. I guess we should get started. Yeah, we're burning daylight. Where to first? Let's go to Stella's house. Definitely. I should probably have done that before getting you to come all the way down here. But to be honest, I was scared of wandering off by myself. Just in case I ran into other horrors from beyond the veil. It'd be great if this turns out to be nothing and she's just asleep in bed. Is that a little doghouse? You make your way towards Stella's house. Kanika knocks anxiously on the door. It creaks open. The interior is cold, and not just physically. There is an absence of joy in life that leaves a chill behind. This is the ghost of an empty house. There is a sobering dread that comes with the knowledge that your search won't end here. For the life of you, you can't remember if Stella closed the door behind her when the two of you left for the library yesterday morning. I don't sense anything supernatural here, but I don't like the look of things of this. We should go in, right? Yeah, we should go in. Just in case. The living room is mostly exactly as you saw it the other day. Whatever happened to Stella doesn't look like it happened here. Okay, nothing unusual so far. This is perfectly normal living room. No blood or viscera. Not even tipped over lamp. That's good. Investigation. Okay. Stella's kitchen is messier than she left it yesterday. A couple cabinets are hanging open, and a loaf of bread sits on the counter by a used butter knife.
Um, someone was here after Stella and I left yesterday. We didn't leave the kitchen like this. Maybe she came home last night, had a snack, and didn't feel like putting things away. Still, that leaves us with more questions than we started with. If she came home last night, why isn't she here now? And why haven't we been able to reach her? What? Check her room. You make your way down the hall to what you assume it to be Stella's room. She's not here. Though it's a little untidy, it's the usual sort of untidiness that accumulates when someone doesn't often have guests in their bedroom. There aren't any signs of violence. Check her computer? I'm not sure we should be snooping on her computer. Isn't that an invasion of privacy? What if there's a clue and we miss it? What if we don't find Stella and it's all because we didn't? If Stella didn't want us to snoop, she shouldn't have gone to... Okay, but if she's been gossiping about us to her online friends... Look, I know it's an invasion of privacy, but we've gotta do whatever we can to find her. Let's see if it's password protected before we make a fuss about it. If there isn't a password, it's almost like she wants us to snoop. You wake up, her computer is not password protected. Oh my god, Stella, you're a YouTuber? How is your computer not password protected? I'll just be over here, standing in the corner, not looking over your shoulder. Let me know if you find anything. Stella's desktop is horrifically cluttered. There are simply too many files and folders to fit on her monitor, and they overlap each other in a chaotic, multi-layered display. I don't know what I expected to see here, but it definitely wasn't this. How does she ever get anything done? Check her search history? Check Stella's search history. She hasn't visited any website since Tuesday night. She came home after last night's incident. She didn't touch her browser. Her search history is almost entirely work-related. A furious series of queries for various monsters and cryptids that might fit the profile of ditchlings. That's that. Check her open tabs. It would take you all day to count the number of open tabs out. Oh my god. So numerous all her tabs that you can't see a single icon. A sea of rounded, featureless triangles from Windows Edge to Windows Edge. Her most recently opened tab was Uncle Carl's Bigfoot Farm, a forum for cryptozoology enthusiasts. The post in question is titled "Something Big is Happening in Scarlet Hollow." Hey everyone, was out chasing a skunk ape sighting the other day, and I found these weird little guys. My friend's mom says there's something called ditchlings, but I've never heard of them before. Anyone have any good leads? Camera isn't shaky enough. This is totally staged. Clean footage in some sort of cryptid nobody has heard of except for your friend's mom. The only thing I'm seeing when I search ditchlings is some city in England. Thought you were legit. Guys, since when did high quality footage count as anything other than actual evidence? Those things are terrifying. Since every low budget horror movie started doing guerrilla marketing, I smell an ARG. I'm serious. I've got tons of extra footage. Look at what they've been doing to animals in town. They're apparently some sort of bad omen, like Mothman. Okay, I'm listening. I love me a Mothman. I believe you. Ugh, lucky you're falling right into her lap. I don't trust YouTubers. Their encounters not scientific. Yeah, scientific. The thread continues into the next day. Hey, okay, so 1. This isn't an ARG, I would never. And 2, you're not
going to believe this, but we went into an abandoned mine last night to investigate things, and I'm pretty sure we found some Tommyknockers. Listen to this knocking we managed to catch on tape. There's a link to an audio file titled tommyknockersreal.wav. Just because you put the word real in your file name doesn't mean they're real. So, 2 supernatural events on back-to-back nights? This is so fake. I can't believe I bought into that River Runner's hype. You're so full of it. YouTubers are always going to be sellouts to big indie horror. This is kidnapped by aliens all over again. Also, lol, doughy white things and now loud popping noises. This is definitely an ARG. Did you sell out into Pillsbury? Stop cyberbullying her, or I'm going to call the mods. Locking this thread and giving everyone a 7-day ban. No cyberbullying and no self-promo. The thread ends. Let's get out of here. Phew, good. It's a mess, do you think? I love seeing someone's room before they've had a chance to clean it up for her company. It's a neat little snapshot, you know? Speak for yourself. If the roles were reversed and I was missing you and Stella were poking around in my room unannounced, I'd be completely mortified. I will say that this is what her room's been like for pretty much the entire time I've known her. The only thing that's changed is the computer getting a lot fancier. Aw, she still does those little corkboard with string things. She loves putting the strings on there. I don't think they actually mean anything, but they're more for decoration anyway. Let's move on. I don't think we're gonna find much. So she probably came home last night, but she didn't. She left the door open and didn't tell anyone where she was going. I thought I was overreacting this morning. I thought she would have just been sleeping in or something. I can't believe she's actually missing. Where's your next? We should go to the cops, right? That's not a terrible idea. I'm sure they won't be much help, but we are dealing with a missing person, and that's cop stuff. Hopefully they don't give you a hard time. They've really been on your ass. The police station is exactly what you would expect from a town of the size of Scarlet Hollow. It smells strongly of coffee and faintly of aged furniture and paper. And the general tidiness speaks of a department that doesn't get much of anything done. But you're also not alone here. You enter to find a worried Beau standing between you and the officer behind the desk. Big Betty wasn't just a pumpkin, Deputy Franklin. Sir, she was gonna be a prize winner. Raising her was the last thing me and my daddy did together. She's important to our family. The Scarlet Hollow police are spread pretty thin at the moment, young man. Any property disputes will have to wait, if indeed there is a dispute to be had. Man, this video's long. Are you sure it wasn't some animal that took your vegetable? Sir, you know Mr. Tremaine thinks that land belongs to him. He probably thought Big Betty was his to take. He ain't coming to his door, so for all I know, he might be all the way to the state fair by now with our pumpkin. Ain't there something you can do about it? Franklin seems to turn to you as you enter, though his impenetrable shades make it impossible to judge where he's really looking. Well, if it isn't Delta, we should lock you up for the stunt you pulled last night. Calling the emergency line as a joke is legal. Doesn't the town have 3 cops? Where are the other 2 at? Have you heard? There's a nasty strike going on in the mines. Miss Scarlet's asked us to try and bring the temperature down a bit. And I drew the short straw for being stuck at desk duty. Bring the temperature down? I'm sorry, are Earl and Dennis working for the town? Or are they working for Tabitha?
I'd rather not say. I'd rather not get into that right now, Miss Forceworth. Is it Forthworth? Forceworth? Forson. Anyway, I'm gonna have to end the video here. It's getting pretty long. If you didn't like the video, please leave a like if you are enjoying the series. Comment if you want to see other series, and subscribe if you're new or if you're returning. It would show me a lot of support, and it would let me know what you guys are liking, what videos you're liking. Anyway, I will see you all in the next video. Delta out.